Hello everybody, welcome to Divinity Original Sin 2. So today we'll be we will be exploring Game Master mode. So right off the bat you have two options to either play a campaign or to make a campaign. We are going to be making a campaign since we have none already prepared. Now there is the game comes with a pre-made tutorial campaign that will guide you through the entire game making process. And I started my own little bare bones campaign here called The Hidden World of Xarsaroth. It's a very basic, tutorial type campaign, just to see what I can do and to see the power of the game making scenario. So, in the quaint village of Dorkbrook lies a terrible secret. A secret no one knows. There lies a portal that leads to an entire new world, full of demons and evil. Only the mayor knows of this, and will soon unleash its madness onto Dorkbrook. Can you figure out the plot before it's too late? So, it's pretty stupid, but, Wait a minute. Is it rolling? No, it's not even rolling. That's odd. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second here. How weird that's not even... Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So, like I was saying, the Hidden World of Xarsaroth, that is our new campaign, that is what we'll be doing. So, how about we just jump in right away? If ever you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask them. I'm doing this to show it off a bit. So, if you got any questions, feel free to ask away. If not, I'll do my best to try and cover the most of the game mode. Okay, so right now this is our world map here. You can have multiple world maps here on the side. You have a map tablet, a tab, and scenes tab. Those are the interiors of areas. So right now we got one map. We can make a new map, and that map can have different images. We can also browse for our own image, which that is very nice. Very nice option there. We are only going to need one map. So this little icon here, it represents our party, and for each area that you wish to include in your world, you can pin a location by clicking and dragging to anywhere you want on the field. So you got a little tower here, we're going to put a little tower here, and right click it to rename and make it hidden if you want, if you don't want your players to see that. You can rename to the Tower of Doof. That is a pin right now that we just put, and we can bind scenes, either one that's already existing or bind a completely new one. So we're going to bind a new level. Here we have templates, level each assets. We got maps for the beach, for caves, for dungeons, for forests, farms, houses, mountains, plains, forests, swamps, villages, and all the like. Very good, very nice. And of course, with the Steam Workshop and mods, the content will never stop flowing. So we got a tower here, so we're gonna try and find a something that works with a tower. So, mountain cottage. Worst comes to worst, we just plan it inside. So we're gonna have a dungeon entrance here. that works. So right now, Tower of Doof is a dungeon entrance scene. Just going to go over around the what you see here. On the top you have stickies. Those are basically post-it notes that you can put anywhere on the map. And these are invisible to other players. Only the Dungeon Master can see these. Just tips and reminders and anything you want to put down. So let's say players should be at least level 5 before entering Tower of Doof. So we're gonna put that right beside the Tower of Doof. Just serve as a reminder, as a tip for yourself, or if there is a different dungeon master, game master who's playing this campaign, then he will know what your original plans are. You got the overviews of all the sticky notes that you've put. You can put them on the map as well in specific scenes as well. The vignette window here. This is basically when you want. Hey, Hunter. Hey. Hey, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Good evening to you. Alright, so the vignette window here, I'm sorry, that is when you want to, for example, give a description of an area to your players, and also make some character interaction between NPCs. So let's say as you approach the Tower of Doof, you feel a cold shiver run up and down your spine. A menacing aura emanates from the door as you get closer. This is basically just descriptions for your various characters, areas, locations, stuff like that. So that is where you can do that. And when you're playing the game, there's gonna be an option here to publish the vignette so that your players can see it. I know, right, Hunter? It'd be so cool. Me too. Well, that's what I'm doing actually right now. So you got a pause for when you're playing the game and you want to stop the game to do stuff. Or you got the pause, and that's about all that we can do for now in the overview map. The rest of the things down here are more for the inside of scenes, inside of game maps. So what we can do is that, let's say we are in Doofusville right now. We can right click. Well, we will be able in play mode to, if you travel here, then your character, your party icon will do a small animation to head towards the Tower of Doof. So how about we enter right away the Lumberjack's hut right here. It's a place that I've already made. So here, all you gotta do is double click in there, and it will take you directly to the map you have chosen. So this is a map right here that I have chosen for the Lumberjack's hut. Hut's right there. And this is where your creativity really goes to show. So once again, like I said, you can add sticky notes in game, and they appear as these posts that players cannot see. Again, they can't see. So we're going to put if Lumberjack is attacked, just say summon 4 zombies. Because why not? I'm going to put that right beside the house, because that's where the lumberjack is going to be. For example, alright, various mouse interactions can be done here and there. So we're going to start right now with going on the bottom here. Peace mode. Peace mode is basically, it's sort of like pause, but your characters can still move and interact, but there will be no combat whatsoever. So it allows you to freely roam throughout the village, the area. Start point for players, well that's pretty basic. Where do players start when the map is loaded? So we're going to put it right there. Make a roll, that is when you have players with you. Most actions in this game are not necessarily done with rolls, but more role-playing and choosing options. But if you feel that an action requires a dice roll, well, you can tell the player, roll me that. After an encounter or something cool that they did, you can give a reward of either gold or XP or an item. Surface, this is a painting tool, and it allows you to paint on the ground lots of different environmental effects. For example, you can have a fire, you can just increase the radius of the circle here or lower it. So we can have a little fire path here. So if they want to reach this place here, they have to find a way to get through the fire. and of course you got a whole bunch of stuff here. So just put a splotch of blood right there, just fun. And same thing with clouds, you got different types of clouds, fire cloud, and you can just as easily erase them. Zoop. It's very useful, very fun. Mood panel, this is where you can adjust the ambience of the place. Let's see, you have 4 different tabs here. Atmosphere is changes the scenery. So for example, it's dark, and we want let's just say a dark forest. Put that on, and the map changed a bit to represent the ambience that you're trying to do. You can have a jungle dark, which doesn't change much, but red alert here normally should change a whole lot, but it doesn't. Oh well. Well. And got music here, of course, to represent the various moves that you want to do. Exploration. So we have a cello exploration theme. Here we go. Some ambience. Some ambient sounds here. Birds, crickets, lake, water, and specific sound effects that you want to do. So, dragon attack. Rawr. Okay, we can reset the mood here. Yeah, see, y'all know why it's not. Anyway. So that is all about music and mood and ambience. And here you got the 3 probably most important ones you got here. You have the item generator, which, surprise, surprise, it generates items. You can have gear, weapons, shields, so you got a long list here of stuff. Let's make a wizard hat. You can change the rarity of, we're gonna make it a unique. You can change the level. So we're gonna rename it, and Hat of Wiz. Wiz the Fizz. Very special hat. And that enters the Game Master inventory. That is a inventory that players cannot see, and it has a infinite size, which you can put items and anything you want in there for later use. If you're planning on giving your players stuff, you can have it there already in advance. So you got, you got weapons, you got shields, you got all kinds of different. And once the item has been created, you can duplicate it. You can manage it, so change the stats of everything. You can make it a super intense legendary hat. You can have it increase intelligence, so it gives it +4 intelligence. So you can mess with all that, a bunch of feats, skills, stats, and whatnot, and you can do that with every single item. Hey, control a hog! Awesome, you made it. I believe I got something like that. Alright, so moving on, we got for the item generator, you got that. There's the creature and items. This is probably one that you can spend a whole lot of time here. So you got creatures and items, archetypes, if you want pre-made NPCs, a gang of thugs, children, civilians, guards, magisters. So right now we are at the lumberjack hut. So we would want to find, let's put a dwarf here. Yeah, a dwarf right here. Oh yeah. Yeah. And he's gonna have a ham beside him. There we go. And once you've created a character, you can right click it to possess. What possessing does is that when the game is not paused, you can control the NPC just as if though it were your character. And you can go back to the game master to go back to the game master. You can have him follow the party. You can manage all of his stats as well as all of his equipments. So if we open our inventory, we can give him Hat of Wiz the Fizz. And you got all the stats, you got all the skills, civil abilities, talents, and whatnot. You can manage his inventory, you can add stuff, remove stuff. You can have him custom appearance, nice. You got an afro, sort of. Custom stats, I don't know what that is, but you change his AI, should he want to attack you. Have him ranged AI. You can make him an ally, neutral, or your enemy from the get-go. So he's going to be a melee. And since he is a lumberjack, we're going to give him an axe. Not the axe of Brachus Rex, but a bearded axe. Now what could that mean? And he's the best lumberjack in town, so he's going to have a pretty strong... The Axe of Jacks. Because he is a lumberjacks. But we're gonna give him the Axe of Lumberjacks. Alright, so he's there. He's that guy. And like I said, you can create vignettes for descriptions. We're gonna make a new one for Jack, well, for Lumberjack. We can change the image here to more suitably represent the context of the vignette. We can also upload our very own image if we have any. We don't have one already, so we're gonna put that. We're gonna have like the lumberjack sees you approaching and hails you toward him. Hello! Fine day for chopping, ain't it? And you can add some answers, some pre-made responses here for your players to choose from. So we're gonna be like, oh yes, quite indeed. And hey, that axe looks nice. Can I have it? And you can make as much answers as you want. And you can cut and copy paste if ever that's needed. Oh, so we got that. You cannot like assign a vignette to somebody. Once you think that it's time to show it, you go in the menu and you publish the vignette. So we got this guy here. Yeah, so that is what's gonna happen. And let's see. Oh, you got that one there. You can have them trade with a party if you want that specific character to trade with the party. So, see, we got benches. We got a whole bunch of different props and assets we can use. So we're gonna put a bench right here because a bench is always a fun thing to have. Campfire and a cooking station because he lives all alone and he cooks his own food. It's a lot of miniature details that you can place, that you can do, but it's all very straightforward. Yes, very much agree. Like for example, I don't know if you were there, but this option right here, surface, lets you paint environmental effects, so you can have a trail of poison just like that, bam, a cloud of poison. You can have a poison surface as well, just, you know, of oil just all the way down there. Very easy and fun to mess around with, just as easy to erase as well. You can set the mood and the atmosphere of the place. Atmosphere, so you can change it, dawn, and just like the appearance of the place changes a bit. That is some fire right there. We're gonna have it like music, ambient music, and sound effects, which can help set the tone. The game generator is pretty straightforward. You got gear, weapons, shields. Change the rarity, change the level. And you have your inventory here, which is unlimited. So we're going to create a shield here. And when we're there, we can manage everything, change the stats, change what it gives, and whatnot. Very easy to do. So that is what we're going to do with it. We're going to give him training abilities. And once we're done in this particular area, we can head back to the overview map. And now we're done with the Lumberjack's hut as far as this stream will show. Don't really have very much ideas. In Dorkbrook Bridge, I've got this map here. That's a bridge. And we're going to do very quickly here. We're going to find a troll. Well, there's no troll monster or creature. Wait a minute. Troll. Forest troll. Here we go. He's going to be right there. Gonna add a vignette. Let's see, there's a image. Yeah, I'll do. Troll. You hear a deep guttural sound as you approach the bridge. Pay the troll toll. You hear again. Nope. Or, okay. And that's done. So once the players reach that specific area, you can choose to show show that that vignette, and depending on their answer, they can have I can have the troll become hostile and try to attack them, or pay the money. It's very easy to like create scenes and areas. Basically, you have a map here, world map. You can have as many as you want. You can browse for your. You can upload files for your very own images. Very fun. We don't need a second one though. And you can bind levels to each pin on the map. You just drag here, place a pin, rename it, bind a new level. So Desert of Dorp. And here are all the assets you have: beaches, caves, deserts, dungeons, forest, houses, mountains, plains, ruins, swamp, villages, forests. So we've got a very good base set of templates, and like I said before, with the Steam workshop, it will constantly grow, no doubt. So we got this going. We're gonna save this. You can change the metadata, so the campaign name and the campaign description, and we're gonna head back to the main menu, and we're going to enter our game. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could probably, if you're a modder, you can probably mod your own content. So we're going to play campaign, and so you got these 3 games that are already going on that I could join if I want to, but I won't. We can connect to a game, we can create our own game, and that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to keep it private because I don't want people joining. Now how do I do that? So here you can invite your players. So lobby name, connectivity. Yeah, here's where you decide who can join. Anybody, friends, invitation, or nobody. So we're gonna put nobody for now. And we're gonna launch the game in play mode. There's not a whole lot of differences for the game master. It's mostly for the players. This. However, the game master can do some things. So let's say we're at Doofusville, and the party said, "All right, let's head towards Dorkbrook, over here." All right. So we can travel to the next pin. Have a nice little animation here. And then you load level, which will load the level that is pinned to the map. And here's where players would be at. And right now it's in play mode, so I mean, if I had players, then they would be wandering through the forest, just making their own way. And while playing, hey man, hey Corey, how you doing? While playing, I mean, you can modify the world at your desire. So you could just put a circuit of poison right underneath somebody. You could. I wouldn't. Maybe sometimes. And let's say they end up reaching this guy here. These are GM notes, basically. Your players cannot see this. Only Game Master can see it, and it's just tips and or reminders for the Game Master to what to do in certain situations. So I just wrote that just because. And once my players reach here, I can choose to publish the vignette here. And right now the players see the vignette right now. It popped up on the screen, and and they can choose and they get to choose what answer they want to say, and depending on their answer, you could go back to game field and choose and decide that he becomes an enemy. Boom, and he's gonna attack you. And if you want, while you're waiting for your party to meet up with him, you can just mess around with him. He just grab the hammer on the floor, and he's gonna sit on the bench, walk off the bench, stuff like that. Rawr is a lumberjack, yes. And suppose he dies. Well, I said if he dies, well, if he's attacked. So if your players say, "Hey, nice action, I have it," he'll say, "No, go away," and he'll attack you. That is when you take out zombie. So here, have 4 zombies. Right now the game's paused, so they can't see what you're doing right now, I believe. And we're gonna have him as the alpha zombie. So he's gonna have 30 strength. And here, right, I forgot this panel right here. What? There we go. Encounters. What encounters are is basically you can regroup certain enemies together to have them attack at the same time. So if I were to make a new encounter and put these two in this encounter, then what that would mean is that they will not attack at the same time in the same encounter. If they were all in the same encounter and I had one zombie way over here, what that would mean is that if our players meet up with this guy, then all 5 of the others will start attacking because they're in the same encounter. That is what this is. And very easy to change stuff, because so we're gonna put all of these in the encounter, and they can start by being friendly. So once you approach them, not a problem. Should you choose to attack, you just switch out to enemy, and bam, they all want to attack you. Very fun, very simple. And once the players are done with this area, they head out towards a designated area, and so once that's done, all you do is head to the other place, travel here. You don't have to travel here, it's just fun to play with, and load the level, and you're in the next level. All that simple. So you got the troll toll here, same principle. You got troll toll, feather troll toll. And suppose that by killing him, let's say one of the players did a super grand feat of role playing. They charmed the troll and they passed without problem. And you're like, man, that was a cool thing you did. You choose to give a reward to one of the 4 players. There's no player, so I can't select any. Gold, XP. Or just a flat out level up. Like here, you level up by 5 levels because that was way awesome. So, you can just give, hey, 2,500 XP to this guy. Or you can just flat out make a ring and give it to the player via directly his inventory. Yeah. If they want to kill this guy, then they will have, that will be in his inventory, because why not? So that's sort of like the basic of the Game Master mode. It's really fun and can offer a heck of a lot creativity, especially with we got so much items here to mess with to liven up your world. It can be lots of fun. Different mechanisms, traps, levers, hatches, equipment on the floor, keys, bunch of keys. Probably keys can right. It definitely is expensive. I mean, it's a new game that just came out, so it's like $50. I mean, yeah, if all the players have it, it can be a whole lot of fun. But until then, you know, we just have to make do. So if we go back and hit the dork book, we just load the level right away. And we are in Dork Book, yay! Small, quaint little village. You can have multiple scenes attached to a pin. Like Dork Book has two scenes right here. So you just load the next one. If they want to reach the next one, and that was the first one. So load that one. Kabam! Yeah. There's the other scene of the... So you got signpost here. Hello, adventurers. The signpost will be worth 10 silver. Because. But yeah, that is the Game Master mode, basically. There's all the game skills and spells that you can give your NPCs. So I mean, we can have like creatures. This little lady here, man, you can give her skills, I believe, just by going in the skills and just, yep, there you go. So you can make rogues, so she's gonna have that. For those 4 skills, you can make, oops, you can make, let's see, got any daggers here? I mean, of course you do, but, well, combat dagger, divine, because heck yeah, give her that. And should she end up in combat with you, then she will have access to these skills that she would use depending on the AI that you gave her. Which, melee, ranged warrior, ranger, mage, healer, bomber. That's good stuff right there. So, to flesh out an entire campaign, it will definitely take a lot of time to, with all the small details. But you can easily make something good without spending 8 hours per day. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can just role play your way through. Like, you don't even have to use this entire section right here of vignettes. You just, should you wish to use this, for example, players, groups that don't have voice chat, well, they will probably heavily rely on chatting and vignettes, but for a group who has voice chat, I mean, you can just role play your entire conversation. Don't have to mess with all that. And like I said, if your players want to perform an action that can't be done through the game itself, you can have the player roll a dice. So, hey, roll me a d12, roll me 3 d12s plus 3 for that, and choose the stat, strength, finesse, intelligence, memory, and wits. So roll a 3d12 plus 3 wits for that, and you can request a roll of a certain player, or you can roll it yourself. So I rolled a 29, and then you manually perform the action that the game wouldn't allow you to do. For example, hey, I would jump across this ravine. what we can do is that when a game is paused, you can grab a player character, suppose this is a player character, and like drag him, poof, you did it, congrats, you know? So the game offers you a whole lot of freedom, which will be and can be very fun. But like you said, it's hecka expensive for just this game mode, which is why the game is actually an entire RPG itself, but with this bonus feature added. Movement is 360 degrees. Yep. There is no hexes. It's wide open. So there is no 5-foot steps. There is no, you know, stuff like that. The combat mechanics are all based on the actual game itself, and not your choice of combat mechanics. Like, I cannot implement D&D combat mechanics or Pathfinder mechanics. The game is entirely based on the game itself. So when making a character, there won't be any manual character sheets that you got to fill out. You think of a backstory, and then you create your own RPG game character, which is fairly easy. So we're gonna head back to the main menu. So, you know, just go into story, single player, begin, and that's where you create your character very simply. Where's it gonna load? And yeah, there you go. So you create a character. Just, you know, races, appearance, talents, tags, whatever. You make your own character, make your own class, do. And that's basically the main gist of Game Master mode. It's a lot of fun if all the players have it together. If not, well, I personally do not see myself using this if I'm the only one who has it in the group. Like, it's really cool, but for the effort it takes for just one person, not worth it. Maybe one day when this game is going to be 80% off, we'll all be able to buy it together. And but until then, that is Divinity's Game Master mode. Lots of fun. Just not for our particular group right now. Thanks a lot for watching. That was Divinity, and I'll see you all on Controller Hog's stream, who's about to start in about 10-15 minutes. See you guys there.